Welcome my fellow Spartans to the Triple S Variety channel. I'm your host Triple S, and in this video I'll be breaking down and reviewing the December 2nd, 2023 trailer for the second season of the Halo TV show. Now let's begin. Point number 1, the very first shot is of the Master Chief without his helmet, and predictably people are throwing a renewed tantrum over the audacity of Chief removing his helmet even when not in danger and just chilling. Guys, seriously, it's really not that big of a deal, let it go. Point number 2, we get our first look at the new character of Talia Perez, played by Christina Rodlow, who, according to the Silver Debrief on the Halo Waypoint website, is a UNSC Marine Corps communications specialist. And it appears this shot of her and the next of what appears to be Reach City being orbitally bombarded by the Covenant are connected. So it may be that Talia will play a similar role in this season that Kwan Ha did in Season 1, where we follow a separate character to the Spartans embarking on her own journey, in this case most likely surviving the Covenant's invasion of Reach. Point number 3, in this shot of Kai, behind her there appears to be a bunch of people wearing SPI armor or spy armor. These people are most likely Spartan 3s, just like Noble Team, the Spartan 3s everyone here probably knows about from Halo Reach. Carter, Kat, June, Emil, and Six were all Spartan 3s. George was actually a Spartan 2, and all of them except John died on Reach. Spartan 3s were cheaper and faster to create than Spartan 2s, and were intended to be sent out on Chop Suey missions with absolutely zero expectations of them making it out alive, and so it's actually insane to me just how long June has managed to survive, all the way to when Halo Infinite takes place in fact. Point number 4, speaking of Noble Team, many have theorized the people reflected in Chief's visor here might actually be the Silver Timeline's equivalent of Noble Team, since it's very reminiscent of the team's pose in promotional material from Halo Reach. Point number 5, it took me so long to figure out who this woman was standing with this kid, like I was so sure I'd seen her face before but just couldn't place it until I realized it's Soren's wife, Lara, standing with their son Kessler. I just didn't recognise her immediately because she looks quite different from how she appeared in Season 1. Point number 6, not entirely sure who all these people around this fire are supposed to be, unless the desert people of Madrigal have been given a significant design change, but this person on the left kinda looks like Riz to me, with maybe Kai standing next to her. This person who walks up to join the circle of people I think might be Kwan Ha, which would make this her only appearance in this trailer. And it also seems like the shot of Halsey before and the shot of Chief after this fire shot implies they're also standing in this circle, but I can't make out where they are. Point number 7, and here we have what surprisingly appears to be the Arbiter, good old Thelvadami himself, sizing up some Marines and then maybe also getting up close and personal with Chief. And the reason I say surprisingly is because many believe this to be the Arbiter based on the appearance of the armor. However, for Thel to be the Arbiter now means the writers have significantly changed how he ended up becoming the Arbiter. In the Blue timeline, Thel was made the Arbiter as an alternative for being executed, and he was going to be executed due to failing to destroy the Pillar of Autumn and consequently Chief and Cortana from destroying Installation 04. This obviously hasn't happened in the Silver Timeline, so we can only wonder why Thel here, if it even is Thel, now thinking about it, it could just be an entirely different elite, was made an Arbiter. My theory is that this elite was made an Arbiter after having failed to protect McKee and not killing any of the Spartans at the end of Season 1. Point number 8, Joseph Morgan is a new actor to the show, playing a character that is certainly not new to Halo, James Ackerson. James Ackerson is the creator of the Spartan 3 program, and as such doesn't get along well with Halsey since his program competed with her Spartan 2 program. Also, a fun little side note, Ackerson in the Blue timeline actually tried to get the Master Chief killed when during a field test he threw anti-tank mines, ODSTs, chain guns, and an airstrike against the Spartan. Chief obviously lived, and Cortana messed with Ackerson's files and personal life by sending a lot of Ackerson's money to a brothel and then the bill to his wife as revenge. Point number 9, damn, Cortana looking hella different than how she did in Season 1, if this is in fact Cortana. Although I guess it's on brand since her appearance changes every single game. Point number 10, and the trailer ends with a shot of a Halo ring, and I know there's no gas giant behind it and the angle of the ring is different, but it really reminds me of the opening shot of the first Halo game. I was really expecting the Pillar of Autumn to fly into the shot from the right. Point number 11, so that was the trailer, but I also want to go more into the Silver Debrief post on the Halo Waypoint website I mentioned earlier. It tells us Season 2 takes place 6 months after Season 1, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that has happened in that gap that the show will have to catch us up on. It gives us a list of characters and actors returning from Season 2. Those we didn't see include Margaret Parangoski, Miranda Keyes, Kwan Ha, if I'm wrong about her being in the fire scene, and somehow McKee. played by Charlie Murphy, is also returning despite her apparently dying at the end of season 1. Unless they give the Covenant in this timeline the ability to bring someone back from the dead, I can only speculate that maybe she didn't actually die at the end of season 1, she'll appear in flashbacks in scenes we didn't see in season 1, or, and this is what I'm leaning towards, if Chief keeps having visions of being on the ring whenever he touches the keystone, he might also see visions of McKee also being on the ring for some reason. Season 2 also has a new showrunner and head writer, David Viner, I don't know, who is bringing a more grounded and gritty tone to the show, explaining why season 2 seems to be focusing more on the open war between humanity and the Covenant, an element that was lacking in the first season. Point number 12, so after watching the trailer and reading the debrief, I'm still left wondering how the show is going to explain that Chief apparently died at the end of season 1 just like McKee, and Cortana fulfilled her purpose of taking over his brain. Maybe they'll just ignore that ever happened. I know a lot of people didn't like season 1, I did though, and I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves, and I can't wait to see how season 2 turns out and builds off of what season 1 set up. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Triple S Variety channel. Why not leave a comment below pointing out anything I missed but you noticed? I would love to hear from you all. I've been Triple S, you've all been amazing, and I shall see you all in the next video.